Hello and welcome to my yoga talk. You see, my red is really red. Um, so you can see we're at the river. It looks very much like the Ganges River to me. You see the animals, the crow, and I want to talk to you about finding inner peace, which is always a struggle. So a lot of times, sorry, this is my um, mask. So I've completed my vaccinations. I've got two. The pink one is the second one. And the question is, what do I do to combat the feeling of anxiety? So I want to repeat a prayer you might know, which is called the prayer of serenity. So it says, God, or whatever you call higher force, God, help me find the power to change the things I can, the patience to accept things I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I think this is really, right, okay, what is the best? I think this is a struggle, especially in Corona. We have to accept certain things we cannot change. But certain things I can change. I can choose what to do with my time. And that's something that for me has become a challenge because when you don't have structure of work, school, then you have to be your own boss. And it's really difficult for people that are used to getting up in the morning and going to work, to all this and work from home, or to structure their day. And this is something you can do. And the same thing with vaccination. For me, it was the dilemma, do I want to live in fear that I can contract this very difficult disease, or do I do something about it? So since I had the power to do something about it, I say I take this power. And yes, there are fears, of course, but I have to say that we have now, I heard statistics that almost half, like we have almost 2 million people that have been vaccinated in Israel, and so far there hasn't been, I don't know, maybe you can count on the fingers of one or two hands how many people had any sort of reactions. So, and also it's important to say if you had it before, in between the vaccinations, then of course the vaccination doesn't work if you already had the corona. So it's today I'm a bit sore, but I managed to do yoga. It's been about 24 hours since the vaccination, so today I feel better. My arm is a bit sore, but thank God I didn't have a strong reaction. I think it's because I eat healthy. I eat vegetarian diets. I don't have toxins in my body, except a little bit of coffee. I don't know if that's toxin. And I try to drink a lot of water. So all in all, not bad. I think we can only try. This is the idea. Don't be too tough on yourself. Try. But it's really important that we know that we're not victims in this situation. There is still a lot we can do within the limitations. Like, yes, there are a lot of things I can't do, but that gives me an ability to focus on what I can do. So, what you can do is, like, for instance, I started to learn languages. I want to improve my German and Hungarian. So, I really recommend this forum. I went on called Tandem, and you can exchange languages with native speakers, and you can teach and learn at the same time. And it really teaches you a lot about communication because you have to be very clear. And there are differences. Some people are not so strict teachers, and others are really tough, which is good. Like, I really didn't realize I learned a new sentence which I don't know how much I didn't know how much I didn't know, how much I still have to learn until I started to learn. Sometimes we have this feeling, the Greeks call it hubris, that I know a lot. And then once you start studying, you realize, hey, I really have so much more to learn. And this is the same thing with languages. Sometimes you think you might know a language well, and then you realize there's still a room for improvement. And I really enjoy it because you are peer, you're both adults and you come from different fields, and also it allows you to travel. For instance, one day, the first day I joined, the day before yesterday, I conversed with people from Alexandria, Egypt, a pharmacist from Alexandria, Egypt, a librarian from Morocco, from Fez, I believe was the town, somebody from Casablanca, really friendly Moroccan people. Then I had Germany, Düsseldorf, two people from Germany, and Japan. That was like the cherry on the icing, because at 1 o'clock in the morning, this Israel time, it is 8 o'clock in the morning, Japan. So it was quite an international experience. Um, so I really recommend it, and I connected to people. Not all the people you will connect longer than that one meeting, but it's nice. I also added Arabic because it opened up doors to people, to getting to know people from Morocco. Israel established connections with Morocco. So now I have more people to talk with, and it's really interesting. I really recommend it. So you can go in tandem, you can build a profile, say which languages you like, what are your fields of interests, and it's really nice. You can select, and there is a correction. There is an ability to correct sentences. You can leave voice messages to each other in the target language, the language you want to learn. So I really recommend it. I used to teach English as a second language, and I think this is a fantastic tool. Although, oh, it's so cute, the dogs, see dogs? But you still have to learn the basics. Like, I realize I have to still go over my German grammar, but it's really great to just jump in the water, because it's not enough to know the theoretical part of a language. You really need to practice with a native speaker or near native speaker. So I really recommend Tandem. And so all of you in lockdown, go try out Tandem. It's really nice, and people behave well. I didn't have a lot of, anybody being disrespectful. You can also monitor that. So this is something you can do. You can do something at home, like cook. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to bake. I'm into banana bread, so I'm working on improving it. So I bake. It's almost the end of the week. It goes by so fast. So it's time for my banana bread. So I'm trying to do the same thing again and again in order to improve it. So once again, for me, the big challenge is knowing what I can change and what I cannot change. So I cannot change the past. I also cannot change the future right now, but I can live at the moments, and I can do things now. So I can practice my yoga. And even if you don't practice for a long time, it's better a little bit than nothing. And this is a very important principle, not to go all extreme. You don't have to learn all the English language or the German language at one time, just bit by bit, one day at a time. And it's really also nice, like, you see that you have to find the right kind of person in which to talk. We don't all get along. So there's a selection process with which people you can get along, which people you can learn. I like what the Japanese girl wrote, let's study together. I like that. This should be the motto for life. Let's study together. And if we look at life like a learning experience, then we don't get hurt. We don't take things personally, and we realize that everything is a lesson. And there's a saying, some people come into your life for a season, and some for a reason, something like that. Everybody comes into your life for a reason, actually, but some people are just for a season. Some people may come in your life for just a short amount of time, and some people longer, and everybody's here to teach us a lesson about ourselves. If we had lived in isolation, complete isolation, we wouldn't be able to learn. Our learning would be completely limited or impossible, because all the books we read were written by people. Even if we think we're alone, we're really surrounded by people, because every book that's written represents a human being who comes to teach us something and learn from other human beings and animals when we read. So I wish you really a good luck down to all of those. It's almost 10 minutes of me. I was going to read the New York Times, but I realized nobody wants to listen to me reading the New York Times. I think it's also important to do daily news from your heart. And my daily news now is that I really feel good. The vaccination is behind me. I did something. I could change something about my life, my fear of Corona. And now I think there are more things. The list once you change one thing in your life, it's sort of like a situation, like what is the word, like domino effect. Once you change one aspect of your life, other things fall into place as well, hopefully. So right now I want, for instance, to organize my home better so I can find things, sort out things. It's time to see what you need to keep, what's a keep, what things are worth keeping and what things are worth giving away. So I really encourage you to go through your clothes especially and donate them as somebody who needs them. Books also. Books are difficult for me to give away. I realize that. But definitely go through things you don't need, clothes you don't need, and learn to let go. Because once you let go of things that you no longer need, the door or the window opens, window of opportunity for new things in your life. So today I'm without my cute dogs because I came here from somewhere else, and it's difficult to be without my dogs, but soon I'll be there. Soon enough I'll be there. So thank you so much, and yeah, thank you for listening to my talk, and I would like to hear comments. You can subscribe to my channel and tell me what you want to see in this channel. I decided to do less news and more introspection, reflection. So let's remember the prayer. Let's repeat. God or higher power, please give me the power to change the things I can change, the patience to accept the things I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. So think about one thing, one aspect of your life, one thing only that you would like to change today, and just do it. And the feeling of satisfaction from one thing you can change, one little thing, whether it's the dishes you need to wash, whether it's sorting out your things, whether it's emails you need to answer, just one topic. And thank you for listening to me again. And I'll leave you with a view of our river here. We're waiting for the rain. It's been very warm here, and now we're getting rain for the weekend. A perfect opportunity to stay indoor, make soup, be more indoorsy. So this is the bridge, and it seems like the birds are also kind of seeking shelter now and going indoors. Peace, light, and love. Israel. Bye.